Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Okay, just establishing the live stream feed, the connectivity. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today for the live stream extravaganza. I'm going to wave to our guest, and I'm going to make sure that I keep her pinned. And I'm just going to jump right in. Denise, hello. We're just going to jump right into our conversation with you, and you probably just got an invite to share a screen, and you are welcome to jump in anytime you want because I am pumped for this conversation. Hi, Annie. I'm excited to talk to you about projects. I'm excited to talk to you about hope, equity, activism. We opened up this show with just a quick view of a beautiful piece of art that we'll look at a little bit closer at the end of the show by Shannon Cahill from a Nasty Women Evanston fundraiser, I think in 2018. It was our second one that we had done. And Nasty Women Evanston invites artists to be activist and submit a piece of art limited by the size of 12 inches by 12 inches. And then we sell it for $100 and all the proceeds go to Planned Parenthood. And so this piece we'll look at a little bit closer at the end of the show. It's quite fantastic. I'm very excited that it's here and I'm very excited that you're here. So wait, I'm gonna go ahead and add Denise to make sure that she's got, there you are. Hi!
Hi there. It said it expired, so I was like,
Oh, you look beautiful.
Thanks. I did this for you, baby. What are you talking about? You and our public.
And your hair and makeup people came. Mine.
Yeah, I did. My hair and makeup people.
So we're going to set some boundaries and we're going to behave like I'm an interviewer and you're like a producer. And
Okay.
we're not going to talk about the fact that we see one another naked on a weekly basis.
Oh my gosh, I was taking a sip of tea.
Now makeup is ruined. Yeah.
Wow.
We didn't even do a proper show. Why waste the time? Because we have a lot to talk about. I made you sweat.
Oh my gosh, my poor screen. Shit, everywhere.
What's inside, Robin?
What's that?
What's inside your cup?
Oh, it's definitely tea. It's a strong caffeine raspberry passion fruit.
Right. Tea. That's true. Okay. So,
Robin wants to know if nudity is part of our membership. Maybe. I definitely have the twins out today. The guns are out, sun's out, guns out, that kind of thing.
Robin. Denise and I, even though I'm totally averse to exercise as a concept, Denise and I once a week walk around a track inside the YMCA of Evanston. So, yeah. So we have to shower and together it's different. Now we're getting perverted. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be, I clicked the button that said kids are appropriate viewers, right?
Sitting in a hot tub with your friend is fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong. That's nothing wrong with that. No. I got to give a quick shout out to Liz Kramer with Evanston Made and Tiago Vello, who are making today's show possible. They both will probably edit the first, at least 4 minutes out of everything. So, Denise, this is going to be fine for your sizzle reel later when you make that show.
Exactly.
I don't want to intro you too much because I feel like it will be more fun for us just to jump in and talk about, everything.
Yes.
But you have been, as you self-proclaim, you've been making shit happen since 2015, coming to Evanston, but probably well before that.
Oh yeah, I was just trying to do a context for the Evanstonians, right? Because people in Evanston are pretty tight about when you became an Evanstonian. And like, I could have been here for 50 years if I wasn't born here and if I didn't start here. So I have to always declare, you know what? Since 2015, I've been secretly making epic shit here in Evanston.
And everyone is like, oh, so like last week, right?
Right, exactly. So you're new. You're new. Yeah.
And you've got a kind of super exciting project that's about to break into 5 markets.
Well, actually, it's 15. I checked with yes, we got 15 markets. There's only 5 big markets, but we're adding markets every week. So very
That's
exciting.
Amazing. Congratulations. 15 is different than 5.
Definitely. But when you think about how many PBS markets there are, that's really a smidge. And WTTW, the one in Chicago, still is not. So, gotta let them know. Yep.
After the show.
After the show, blowing up. Shit's gonna blow up.
Thanks to the Lisa D show live stream. I really feel like probably WTTW is watching right now, just like on a.
That's right. Y'all need to pick up Fly Brother right now.
Okay, so Fly Brother, tell us what it's about. Are you in it? Because I
No. And here's the thing. That's the life of a producer. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to be seen in anything. My job with Sarcat, well, maybe, but my job with Sarcat Productions is all about raising money and doing the deals to get stuff distributed. And so like my role with Fly Brother is really super tiny. Actually, Ernest and I, it's a great story. Ernest White the second, who is beautiful Fly Brother. If you go to flybrother.net to see him, because he alone, he's about to blow up, right? So I met him in 2016 at a conference. We were the only 2 Black folks speaking, and he happened to be gorgeous. So I was all moving my butt over there, and then he was like, don't like women, stop. And so I was like, damn it. But then I got to know him and know what he was doing, and I right away invested. Like, it's interesting. This is the big message for artists. Okay. When you believe in yourself and in your work, you need to ask people for money, period. I was a single mom, business owner, and this gorgeous, beautiful man sent me he sent me a Vimeo like preview, and I was hooked. And I mean, I didn't have a lot of money, but I was like, anything I can do to support bringing this content, because he's a Gen Xer, so that's a thing for me. We'll talk about in a minute. And he's telling stories of a Gen X gay Black man going all over the world to find his tribe. And so it was a no-brainer for me to write the first check. And then I don't know if it was 9 months later or a year later, he asked again, and I wrote him a check again. And the moral of the story is, look at me, I do not have a lot of money, but the fact of the matter is I believed in what he was doing and what he was trying to do. And, now we're great friends, and I'm one of the producers, not just of the episodes that I first underwrote. I'm a producer on the show because we built this friendship. He came to Sundance with me last year when we launched Sarcat Productions. And it's just, I think the whole moral of that story is, you should always be talking about your craft. You should never assume who can help you and who can't help you. You need to talk to everybody as if they are the next $3,000, because that's how it was. So.
And many projects can have many producers. I think a lot of artists and actors out there think like, oh, I got to cozy up with this one producer. You got to do lots.
Somebody said, don't do that. You look like you have money. Dude, I can play a role up in here. Okay.
And speaking of roles, when we work out that thing that we've been talking about, we're both going to be in it. Jennifer.
Okay. Yes.
Not what's about to happen. We're in the show and out.
Got it.
Okay, so you're right now, obviously you're still going 150 miles an hour, Denise. You've got Sarcat Productions. You've got all kinds of irons in the fire. Are you pretending that nothing is happening, or seriously? Because I'm pretending that nothing is happening. It's me and my Lisa D cup.
It's me. Everything's fine. Actually, okay. So today specifically, I actually did a bed talk about the overwhelming grief that I feel because
Good.
of what's going on. So make no mistake, I look fabulous and I feel good in this moment sharing myself with you guys. But this shit's been hard. I am an entrepreneur, and within 8 days, I lost 100% of my income. Like, evaporated, y'all. And, you know, and you know, I am, and this is funny because I try not to let this be part of my identity, but shit, I'm still reeling after a divorce after 16 years of marriage. And for people who say, oh my gosh, you know, how long ago did you separate? We separated in 2016, and that shit is still fresh. And so when I'm in a grief state over whatever, you know what I mean? All the things that you grieve start to come up, and even shit that you didn't grieve comes up. So I am not pretending like nothing is happening.
Still working just as hard on all the projects.
Oh, make no mistake. Okay, Lisa, she wants to laugh at me. I know what you're trying to bait me into saying. So y'all remember the first week? Remember the first week when the world fell apart? Guess who was in Seattle at the epicenter of Corona at that time? That would be me, because the conference I was going to speak at was canceled. But I had secured a meeting with a funder that took me 9 months to get. And so I had to weigh the whole, do I go to the epicenter of hell and ask for that money? Or do I lose everything and don't go? And I'm so glad I went. And then apart from that, like, I think it was Friday the 13th, which was the day after everything, I had the nerve to ask somebody for $30,000 for a sizzle reel, because yes, we're all in hell, and you know, it's that meme with the dog and everything's, you know, burning, but shit still needs to get done, right? Like, we still are raising money for Fly Brother. Fly Brother is going to be on the air on PBS affiliates, like I said, across the country. We're not in all the affiliates we want to be in. So wherever you're watching, call your PBS station. This is actually my shout out to Beto, whether he's here or not. I think it's KCOS TV in El Paso. Call them and tell them to pick up Fly Brother, because if he's not watching now, he will be. So,
and where can people see the trailer for Fly Brother?
Oh, flybrother.net. Go to flybrother.net and you can see the trailer for Fly Brother. And like I said, that's one project I'm working on. We asked for funding for an HBCU project that we're working on. That is a docuseries. It's going to be lit. And then we're shooting a sizzle in Rochester, New York, with a local talent here, but we're flying them there as soon as we can fly. Trust me, as soon as we can fly, we're doing it. Because we've got 2 projects to take back to Sundance next year. Sundance 2021, we're going to be there with projects ready to sell.
Nice. I love your enthusiasm and your energy. What about the work that you're doing in equity? What about the work you're doing with local municipalities?
So it's funny. It's funny that you bring that up. You know, Serket is actually what I call the partner company to my core company, which is Relationships Matter Now. And we are, we have 2 clients right now because, you know, everybody dried up, because equity doesn't need to be thought about when we're in a crisis. Really? In fact, now is the time more to talk about equity, because the people that get left behind when things are good fucking get sucked. They get I'm sorry, was I not supposed to swear? But they totally get demolished in these times. So now, if you haven't been thinking about equity, you should be thinking about equity more. And that's actually why it's beautiful. I have 2 clients, one of which is new. Somebody I bid on a project for a year ago that they didn't pick me. And now in the pandemic, they called me for a scaled down version of what we were talking about, because they've realized, you know what? We thought we could put off talking about equity for another, year, another 6 months. Well, guess what? Right now, you can't not talk about equity, because, we see what the stats are telling us. And by the way, those stats are horse shit, because most of them are pulled from public health. Right? It's a fact that Black and brown people are the main people that are on public health. So don't be fooled. Lots of people are suffering, but we love to keep the narratives going in this country about who's suffering and why. And that leads me to, why is Serket even there? We are there because as a Gen Xer, I don't see my point of view being, you know, it's like boomers right now still have power. And then we've got millennials kind of pushing in on our little bit of voice. And so it's very important to me that we capture stories from a Gen X point of view. Secondly, we are a place, our tagline is where new narratives are born and the end of the system begins. And when I say system, I'm talking these broken, flimsy, unjust systems that are crumbling before our eyes right now. That's the only, like, what gives me hope. And when I wake up every morning with my very low bank account, what gives me hope is that all these motherfucking systems that I have been fighting with and trying to we're trying to recalibrate. We don't need to recalibrate this shit. We need to blow it up and start over. And guess what? They're blowing up themselves. Like, I don't even got to do nothing. I just got to get up and show up. Right? That's it.
The other day, somewhere, some comment you posted, somebody said something and you're like, I've been saying that for.
Yeah, I'm like, welcome, America. I am 48. I don't know how old I am, but I have been angry and upset with these systems from the fucking day I was born. So literally the fact that most people just woke up in 2016, I was like, welcome then. And now that the whole motherfucking place is on fire, I'm like, welcome now. Because guess what? And guess what? What's beautiful, Lisa, is we launched Sarket last January. We didn't launch Sarket in response to this. We launched Sarket in anticipation of this. Because when we started the thinking around Sarket, it was mainly because I didn't see stories like about me. When I was going through my divorce, I asked people, tell me a show that I can watch. And people were saying to me, go watch this Sarah Jessica Parker show, Divorce, and Thomas Hayden Church. And I like them, but they ain't me. I don't live in Manhattan. And as you can see, lots of melanin. So I started to think, who's doing that? Who's in charge of that? And man, it's just been since then. And so we are poised and positioned, a lot of us, you too, anybody that's listening, that's doing work around equity, guess what? This is your moment. Do not shy away. Do not back away. This is your moment to boldly go forward, period.
And it's people who are chasing, I believe too, it's the creatives. I have said this before.
Totally.
They are the ones who are going to adapt and lead the new way, because we didn't need to blow it up. Shit is blowing itself up.
Which is what's so funny now, because I was talking to an educator earlier today. He's on sabbatical from ETHS, and you know what he said? And it was really moving to me. He said, we're not going back to school the way it was. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, we can't. Like, he's like, we cannot go back to the way it was. And you know what? He's absolutely right. Not only schools, counties and governments and corporations, we have to stop the madness and put people and environment over profits. And that's like on the you guys in the pre stuff, she asked some questions, and one of them was, what are you mad at? I'm like, do we have time for that? Do we have time for that?
It's a 4-day show of just us. No, but you're mad. Your answer is so good, because you're not mad at things or systems. You're mad at people. It's the people that need to reboot.
Yeah, and here's the thing. As systems, we contribute to that. Okay? One of the things that really struck me and continues to strike me is, as poor as I am and as much as I don't have, I am very, very blessed to be able to shelter at home. Lots of people in my family, in my circles, they cannot. And here's a beautiful thing. I had cousins who I hadn't heard from since I saw them at a funeral last year. And within the first week of this, they're like, Denise, are you okay? And I'm like, wait, what? And they're like, because we know your ass is grounded and you can't travel right now, which is what I do. I travel like 80,000 miles a year doing equity work all over this country. And people in my life who are frontline people, right? People who are exposed every day were worried about me.
That's so beautiful. But also, I don't think they were worried that you were going to have a problem sitting still. I honestly think they were worried that who's doing that work. If you are grounded.
There's that too. Oh, believe me, I'm doing that work. Oh, I'm doing that work. I'm helping clients right now. We're writing op-eds all over the South about ALICE. I don't know if y'all have heard of ALICE, but ALICE is a acronym that the United Way of North America put together, and it's the people that aren't poor, right? Because they don't qualify for poverty. They're the asset limited, income constrained, employed Americans. And ALICE they've done a lot of the data in Michigan and across the South. And one of my clients, we literally had a press conference on Tuesday, March 10th to talk about it. It's funny, the CEO of a local energy company, she said, you know, the Alice people are one calamity away from being destroyed. And I was laughing because literally 2 days later, this hypothetical calamity was upon us. And so right now, I'm all in all those people's faces. They're almost probably avoiding me because I'm like, what are we doing for Alice? We're going to be standing up for Alice because right now, Alice is holding up the whole motherfucking nation, right? The people that we would not give paid time off to, we want to fight with them to give them $15 an hour, which is not a living wage in any state, okay? But yet, no. So this has been, I mean, it's been hard, but it's been great because I am chomping at the bit, ready to lead. And you know what? Joe Biden the other day made some comment about his 6th task force. I was like, motherfucker, call me. All right. Who is manning or womaning those task force? There's at least 2 that I can lend my talent to, and I haven't gotten a call yet. So,
awesome.
Joe.
Don't yell your number out just in case the wrong Joe.
Exactly. Well, it could be the right Joe too, right? I'm single and I'm totally like stuck inside. Do you guys know this is so bad on the boyfriend game right now? Like literally.
Listen, Joe might call, but I want you to stay calm, and I want him to understand that you.
Echo's here. Echo's here.
Stay in your chair. Stay in your chair.
Sorry.
Act very normal.
Yes, no, act very normal.
The work that you're doing cannot stop. The equity work, the creative work, from Flyboy to whatever thing got on the future burner. Don't stop that at all.
In fact, they amplify each other. What I interrupted myself earlier, what I was going to say is I love policy work, right? And I've been doing it for a while. No offense. All these women that are childbearing age running for office and winning started that shit like a decade ago in McHenry County, Illinois, okay? And so what I'm saying to you is I know firsthand that policy work takes a long time, right? Which is why my ass stepped in the arena for Hollywood. Because guess what? We all live in surround sound. Right? Policymakers do not live in a bubble where they don't see or are influenced by media. So that's why I went to Hollywood, because I was like, look, I could bust my ass on the policy side for years, and with one election, all that shit is undone. But when we let gay people out of the closet culturally, we don't go back. Right? And that's why some of the work we're going to do is around neurologically diverse folks, right? People that are wired, their brains are wired differently. I would say Black people and people that are neurologically diverse have gotten the biggest shaft in this country, right? Along with Natives, sorry. But my point is, when you think about what media images tell us about those folks, that's what I'm going to correct. And then all the shit I'm doing on the policy side will be reinforced on the media side. So yes, you see this energy, and guys, I'm only at like 40%. I mean, it's 6:30. Shit, I'd be sleeping in about 3 hours.
Hey, people with your bed stories, because I think you do a ton of Instagram Live. I watch them all the time, but now you've morphed into this. Now you do this bed
talks. Well, I do bed talks because I've had 2 TEDx, and one of my friends, Dave Rendell, who is really awesome, Dave started bed talks. If you heard of a TED Talk, he wanted to have bed talks. So I'm on episode 8 now. And they're really fun because my bed is where all the action happens anyhow. So I may as well do some, creative stuff from there.
And they're about your life. They're not cultural analysis. They're about you. Sharing,
it's spreading wisdom, not Rona. right? We're all stuck at home. And so what are some of the things I've gleaned in the 48 years that I've been on walking on this planet, right? And my friend from West Virginia, Bill, just called me a freak. That is so true, Bill.
Bill, I work out with her. I feel
And you know what's funny? Lisa sees me at the first part of the morning when I have all my energy. She's always like, calm the fuck down.
Stop the noise train. No, I love
And we
energy.
run people off the track. If you come to the YMCA in Evanston, just don't, right?
No. Don't engage. Denise will talk to you because she's like friendly as pro people, and I'm like losing my mind because I have 11 minutes with this woman every week, and some lady's like, "So did you see the movie? It was so great."
The redhead. I'm never gonna forget that.
She's probably listening. She knows who she is. The redhead.
Hi, sweetie. We like you. Not when we're walking and talking, though.
I gotta say, I am so grateful for you on the planet. I'm mostly grateful because recently you joined forces with Evanston Made and became a board member.
Yes, I'm very happy to do that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I was an artist at heart, right? I was in the musicals. I was a singer. But being a Gen Xer, I was raised to get a job, right? To this day, my dad still doesn't know what I do because I'm not a lawyer, doctor, or teacher, right? And so this whole practical thing, and I think all artists deal with this, but Black people definitely more, right? Because we don't have trust funds or wealth that's passed around. And so literally it's like, you can't go to school to be an artist. You need to go to school to do something. So I'm very supportive of artists, arts community. In fact, that's Portia Pressler, that beautiful piece of art. And she's a Las Vegas based artist that I love. But I love artists. I love local art. And I'm glad to lend my talents because I don't have money, but I'm glad to lend my fundraising because I can take anybody's money. Like anybody who has money that wants to give it. You put me all dressed up with my purple lips or my green lips and it's happening. So
that's a really tagline. I can take anybody's money. I like that. T-shirt.
We need a shirt.
I
can take anybody's money. That's right.
I love you.
Thank you. I love you back. Ace homie. Remember, we have to tell people the last white woman in my life. And you guys, that's going to be its own show. Okay. Just stick a pin in that because she's going to have me back and we're going to talk about that.
And we're going to talk about the fact that I am Denise's last female white friend. I'm on the fence.
Probably ever.
Ever?
Well, since I've met you, there hasn't been anybody added. Let me tell you. So, but you guys, that's a whole show. Like, don't take that snippet and be mad at me and not support Fly Brother because white people are really good at that. Oh, we're mad. She doesn't know. You got to hear the whole story. Okay. There's history. There's context to that.
Yeah. And it's fine. Lisa D ruined white people. It's fine.
I really hate you.
Twice in one show and you spit root beer out of your nose?
No, it's raspberry tea.
Fine. All right. Thank you, Denise.
Thank you for having me.
Goodbye, and I love you. We'll put
love you back. Bye.
Oh my gosh, that's too fun. Amazing. What a fun guest. The liner notes for what I sent Denise today was we were going to talk about equity, activism, and hope. And I hope that you heard all of that from Denise Barreto. She is a personal friend of mine. She's a producer, she's an equity warrior, and she is a board member with the arts organization Evanston Made, which if Evanston Made has people like that on their team who say things like, I'm really good at taking anyone's money, we're going to be fine. Liz Kramer, we're going to be fine. So this is day 2 of a journey that is made possible by Tiago Vello, Liz Kramer, and myself. What we are doing is we are using the Lisa D Show channel, and we are sharing them with Evanston Creatives. The whole mission of Evanston Made is to connect creatives with the public. And that's just what we're going to do through Instagram Live every day at 6 p.m. Central, and on Twitter and on Facebook and on YouTube and all of that. So if you missed today's live stream, don't worry. It's going to go up all over the rest of the planet. This week, you can look forward to conversations with Matt Rappaport tomorrow about the Side Lot Experimental Film Festival. On Thursday, celebrity artist Amanda Evanston. We're going to be interviewing her, talking about what's on her canvas, possibly spying some things. Yes, Evanston Made is on Twitter, Ryan. It's Evanston_Made. And then Friday, we're going to go into another art studio with Joanna Kramer, the ceramic artist. I'm super pumped. And I did tell you, I know it's 6:30, we got to end, but I want to sort of give a shout out to my friend. See, can you see? Oh, it's a gold leaf pussy hat. Made by artist Shannon Cahill in a beautiful frame, a neon pink frame made by my friends at the Alley Gallery. And this was a piece of art that was purchased, I love this so much, at the second annual Nasty Women Evanston fundraiser. And I was hoping today that we get a chance to talk about activism in the time of Rona. But we'll just talk about that later. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Enjoy your dinner. I hope you're having a dinner. I hope it's delicious. I'm making enchiladas. And we'll see you all tomorrow back in the saddle at 6 p.m. with Matt Rappaport.